I was greeted by two colossal diamond-shaped lamps built atop giant metallic stanchions. These columns guard all four corners of 47th Street between 5th and 6th Avenues and signal the borders of the district's most important quarter. Crossing was like going from an American suburb to a medieval marketplace. Hired men and women with signs over their chests and flyers in their hands walked the street calling, "We buy gold, we buy diamonds." Dealers convened in pairs, making verbal contracts, gossiping about who bought the 3-carater for $50,000 or how much that special Art Deco necklace sold for. Armored trucks stood parked on the street while couriers sorted diamond deliveries under the scanning eyes of guards with guns, and the civilians of 47th Street, the customers, pressed their noses against the ground floor window displays. Inside the windows, earrings hung like fruit from little cushion trees. Necklaces were draped around plastic busts. Gold chains dangled from hooks on suction cups. Diamonds were peppered onto brooches and bracelets like garnishes. Glittering hearts, skulls, starfish, whatever you desire. What originally drove me to write about diamonds was writing about my father. He had not spoken to me a lot about his diamond background, and he was very quiet regarding especially the dangerous situations that the trade had put him in, and the situations that he had experienced through being a diamond dealer. And so I didn't really know very much about the industry, and my education in diamonds was also simultaneously, in a way, an education about my father. The diamond district and the international business as a whole is filled with extraordinary and oftentimes idiosyncratic characters. I got to know a man who goes by the name of Elvis, who's a singing and dancing diamond dealer, and he's a big fan of fine garments. He actually wears a diamond-encrusted necklace that says TCB for taking care of business. I also had the pleasure of hanging out with Martin Rappaport, a very important figure in the historical diamond industry. He published a diamond price list in the late 70s that won him a lot of condemnation, even death threats, when diamond prices began to crash in the 80s. Growing up, I always used to hear my father say things like 30 above and 25 below, and I never understood what they were talking about until I learned about the Rappaport list. And so although Martin Rappaport was known as sort of a maverick, his language, the language of the list, literally became the language of the industry. A lot of diamond districts around the world, I believe, are feeling the pressure to modernize, and in New York in particular, this is true. This is a tension that I write about in Precious Objects. While I realize modernizing will help the New York Diamond District in many ways, it's also something that's a little bittersweet for me. I personally love the old world marketplace feel of 47th Street. Even the hawkers trying to lure you into the upper offices of their bosses. This is something that everyone else abhors, but I think I would miss it if it disappeared. My favorite diamond fact is actually a fairly basic one, namely that diamonds and people share this very essential basic ingredient, carbon. I like to say that people are kind of like unprocessed diamond dust, just with more impurities.